About 20% of all your clients will be problematic, but only 2.5% of them will be business crashers. By the end of this video, you will know 2 very key points to avoid bad graphic design clients, run your business more efficiently, and get paid every single time what you deserve. After working as a graphic designer for over a decade, I will tell you that even if you are in need of clients, sometimes it is much better to not take on certain projects. This is the second part in a 3-part series on the subject of pricing. So be sure to check out the first video linked below and subscribe to not miss the 3rd part of this series, which will be next week. If you are a new designer, pay close attention to this because it's going to save you time and money. And if you're a veteran designer and you want to know how to deal better with difficult clients, this is also for you. Just like any business, graphic design has its challenges. And these challenges come in the form of difficult clients. And it is vital for you to identify them before you start working with them. You see, the only times I wanted to just quit as a designer was after having some of these difficult clients. Have you ever felt this way? Well, it's because you had one of these, and only about 20% of your clients will really be problematic, and only 2.5% of them will be unbearable. Now, I've seen fellow member designers who have quit design altogether after running into these, and I've also seen the quality of their design suffering after they dealt with these type of clients. Hence, it is vital to spot them so you don't work with them to begin with. Now, you can't say, I don't want to work with you, as this could potentially hurt your reputation. So there are more diplomatic ways to avoid such projects, and I will give you the exact way to get out of these uncomfortable business crashers. First, we have the time-consuming creative clients. At some point or another, you will run into the clients who are themselves creatives, or at least think that they are. They are the ones who have an exact vision and want to be the designer, rather than letting you just do your work. They may be giving you pages and pages of exact notes that take you twice as long to actually go through and then put together a proposal for. This client can also be a wannabe designer who is the marketing person at some company and is the middleman between you and the company or the real client who you're working for. Then we have the general problematic clients. Under this category, we have the unlimited revisions. They want to be getting everything from you. They're indecisive. They're the ones who will drag out projects. The one who rejects projects with little to no directions. You put so much time into them and they come back with, I don't like it. I'm not sure what I want. So I'd like to see more. And here starts the dwindling spiral of your time. While the above type of clients are not necessarily impossible to work with, you will need to think with something. They drain your energy. They take 3 times as long as the usual project, and you cannot price them as you would others. I'll get into more details on this in a moment. The final category is the unbearable 2.5%, or what I like to call the ultimate business crashers. They will give you red flags that indicate they fall into this bad category title, such as they invalidate your work, or they imply they expect you to fail by saying, I don't like any of my previous designers. What if I don't like your work? Or I have someone who could do this for cheaper. Or why is it going to take so long? They question your rates more than once. They will not appear professional in their approach to you. They may tell you all about their horrible boss or their bad life and how you should feel sorry for them. They may name drop some large designers that they worked with and say they could just do it themselves. Or, I have a really simple project, it should only take you 2 minutes, right? Now, when you start to work with a lot of clients, you will come across these ones. And there is a proven way to avoid getting yourself into this trap. You could tell them you don't think you're a good fit, but there is an actual easier way to get out of it. And that is by pricing accordingly. Even if you usually have set rates, when there is someone that looks fishy, you add on top of it what you know that extra amount of time you'll need to put into it is. If you undercharge and just go for the project, you will feel miserable. And along the way, you'll want to give up and you'll be working for pennies. The amount of extra back and forth and hours spent reading the in-depth notes that come back 10 pages long after each revision is so disheartening when you are depending on these jobs and their completion in order to pay your rent. Not a fun position to be in at all. Take these red flags that I mentioned and put together a proposal with high extra charges worked into it, at least triple what you usually charge, and send it to them. 9 out of 10 of these red flag clients will see the quote as too high and they will go with another designer automatically. And good luck to that other designer, but at least they're off your plate so you can move on with creating your business and attracting ideal clients who do value your time and skills. Now, one other point about getting paid every time and to avoid a client not paying you is you must get them to pay 50% down before you begin, and do not give them any final files until they have paid the remaining balance. When I first started my business, I made this big mistake, and after working for hours on a project, the client said they didn't need it, and they just went off the face of the earth. Now, it's really not okay of clients to not pay, but it's also something that you can take responsibility for and actually avoid if you just keep this one point in place. And this also applies to family and friends too, more so actually, because they will drag out projects and think they can walk all over you. But you need to put in the structure at the beginning. Have a contract that they sign so they are legally bound. This is your livelihood, and you don't want to be chasing up invoices just to pay your rent. You can create the design business that you want, and it all starts with knowing when to say no to clients and how to get paid every time. Thank you so much for watching, and be sure to subscribe for future tips, tools, and tutorials on graphic design. And be sure to get my free graphic design pricing guide to help you correctly price your projects when you're just getting going. That link is in the description below. I will see you next time.